Welcome to Parenting Tips with Dr. Glow on the WDKX podcast network, where the conversation never ends. I'd like to welcome moms and dads and those who are responsible for a family of more than one child, to look at opportunities to plan beyond today. And I don't mean just planning for the sake of where you're going to live or where your child is going to go to school. Those are important, but also planning for things such as illness, such as death, such as loss of a job, and maybe if you've got a vehicle, planning for that vehicle that may break down. No, no one likes negative things to happen, but guess what? Life does happen. Look at where you are right now and say, do I have an emergency plan? Do I have a plan A or a plan B? Probably the biggest thing that can help is having a savings account. And I know this is not a podcast about finances, but it is important to save for what we used to call a rainy day. And some people may say every day is rainy, but look at the bigger picture. Beyond the paycheck, and I know the paycheck may not make it to the next paycheck, and there may be gaps, but think about not going, and this is a hard one for people, not going out to eat or not stopping at the fast food joint. Or instead of buying at the coffee shop, having your own um, Keurig so that you can do your coffee at home. And if you do it for a month and count up the savings, you can have an account for a rainy day. So that's the first thing I'd like to share with you. The second thing I would like to share is ensure that you and your family members have insurance. Plan beyond today. The younger your child is and the younger you are, the lower that insurance will be. And we know as our children get older, they may develop some behaviors that could involve smoking, drug use, alcohol. And insurance companies now are swabbing the mouth or they're taking hair and they're making a determination as to a person's insurability. So, the same with you. As you get older, as I get older, we all get older if we're still living, right? The older you get, the higher the premiums become. You can begin with a term life and then you can convert it to a whole life. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about in terms of the different types of insurances, I would encourage you to tune in on Monday and listen to our Mama Mac, Cheryl McKeever, Dr. Cheryl McKeever, talk about finances. It's important, and that's on WDKX on Mondays. So, taking care of finances is critical. Insuring life insurance is critical. And the third thing I would encourage you to do to plan beyond today is something I talked about last year is having your emergency plan. It could be as simple as what happens if. I remember with Hurricane Katrina and the challenges that were going on and families who were desperate as to who to contact, how to contact. If you're unable to reach someone, what can happen? I also remember on 9/11, that fateful day in September of 2001, what was happening with people panicking all over this country because of those planes that went into the World Trade Center, the one that went into the Pentagon, and the one that ended up somewhere in Pennsylvania. So, if there is an opportunity to plan beyond today, it is time to stop, to pause, and have a conversation with your family members, immediate or extended family members, as to who to call, what to do in the event of some sort of natural catastrophe. We know in the Midwest that there have been tornadoes and hurricanes. South of us, there's been flooding. People have lost information. And I always say, if you can, save information to the cloud. If possible, make copies of things, or should I say, scan and have digital copies of important documents so that you're able to pull them down. I have a safe in my home. It's fireproof. To tell you the truth, I don't know if it's waterproof, but I definitely know that should there be an issue with a fire in my home, and God forbid it happen, there are documents there that will help folks. I also have documents that are in the cloud that will help family as they're planning for different things that may relate to my health or my death. Yes, I know we're living a life that we want to keep living forever, but guess what? We don't live forever. Death is death is inevitable. It's going to happen. So, ensure you've got a communication system, you've got documentation, you've got the ability to grab what you need if necessary. If you think about what has been happening recently with ICE in this country, one of the things I've encouraged my daughters to do, because they could be considered anything other than an American in this country, unfortunately, and especially where they may go in their communities, have a digital copy on your phone of your passport. You don't necessarily, I don't think, need your birth certificate, but you may want to put that in the cloud as well and have that digital copy so that you can confirm who you are. Our family is multi racist, biracial, triracial. We've got Dominican, Jamaican. We've got those who are in Canada, those that are in England, here in America, and definitely can be uh, categorized from a different race than what they are a part of. And I hate that I have to say that, but that's the reality that we have in this country. Please make that plan for beyond today. Yeah. Value the fact that you can do it now. Okay? The last thing I want to talk about is sometimes something that's difficult to talk about for many. And for me, most recently, I've had some health issues. I've talked about my breast cancer, but there's other things happening. And this fourth item in terms of planning beyond now or beyond today is your health when it comes to your diet and exercise. Your ability to be mobile, your ability to have stability, your ability to have balance. I don't take it for granted. I am in my 60s and definitely want to live through my 70s and 80s. Uh, that's my goal. And I've been involved with Silver Sneakers at the local Y so that 3 days a week I'm committed to that. And I'm also committed to shifting my diet. It's been a journey. I'm going to keep saying that. It's been a journey. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And I have uh, definitely embraced this opportunity to shift. And I don't know if you can tell, but I have lost a few pounds and I'm still working on it. So I realize I need to look beyond today. I don't eat for today only, I eat for my future. I make sure I balance my meals, and definitely before I put it in my mouth, I say, do I really need this? And it has made a major difference. So I've shared four things with you. There's more that we can all think about when it comes to thinking beyond today, thinking beyond now. And I am just that person that likes to say, I made a change, I made a shift, I did what I needed to do so that I can't look back and say, I could have, should have, would have. You have been listening to Dr. Gloria Morgan on Parenting Tips with Dr. Glow on the WDKX podcast network, where the conversation never ends. Question: what will you do that will make a shift for you beyond today?